Two of the CVC's best go at it on the ice. Steiner tries to come back against Hopewell Valley, and in West Windsor, a man whose second career puts veteran sports photographers to shame. I'm Mark Fontes with sports. Notre Dame and Robbinsville have been forging one of ice hockey's greatest local rivalries. Last night, as they faced off with one another, there was clearly no love lost from their last meeting.
Some Notre Dame parents saying before the game their boys are not much of a first-period team. Well, they got going faster than usual against Robbinsville, the Irish in navy, Ravens in white. This puck makes its way from Rich Francis to Connor McNamara. He shoots, saved by Arville goalie Kellen Anker, who was a busy man, 38 saves. This puck fought away by Notre Dame's Mike Adams, who shoots and he scores! He pokes it through the right side of the net and gets his classmates and friends in the stands on their feet. One more look at it. Adams with both Keith Allen and Coleman Anker closing in on him for the Ravens, gets his shot off. It is perfectly placed as the Irish take a 1-0 lead with 8:14 to go in the first period. Ravens on offense. Coleman Anker approaching the net. He shoots. Big glove save by Brian McAllister. He had 15. Later, Robbinsville still looking to get on the board. Jared Eckert's shot saved. Though it stayed in play, the Irish defense took care of clearing it out like number 9, Tyler DiLorenzo. Second period, the team switched sides. Jess Manioki with an opportunity to score, but Anker is there. Notre Dame still owning the shots in this contest. Now watch this. The following face-off, Jamie Davis shoots and scores right like that. What a huge play. More of this would continue, and Notre Dame would take their 11th win on the year, beating Robbinsville 4-1. In other action Wednesday night, Hopewell Valley taking on Steiner. Spartans trying to tie the game in the third period. They would amass more shots, but Hopewell's defense and goalie keeping it 2-1 with under 10 to play. Andrew Dudich on the attack, tries to set it up for Joe Contrath, who's right there, but the whistle blows, so that kills the play. Bulldogs get it back on offense later. Andrew Sadal, 26, shoots, but it's wide of the post. The Steiner D clears it out of harm's way. Final minutes of the game, Ryan Zukowski of the Spartans tries to crease the net, but can't. Hopewell goalie Ryan Datchak coming through for his team. He'd make all the necessary saves, and Steiner, who started the year 4-0, has now lost 10 of 11.
To pro sports we go, or at least the images of it that capture its magic moments. Dick Druckman of West Windsor spent most of his career working for Bristol-Myers Squibb. Retiring in 2000, he decided to make his lifelong passion of sports photography a brand new career, a hobby that more or less began when he got to attend the 1984 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles as a spectator, has truly flourished for him over the last more than decade, really. One look inside his Princeton Junction gallery, and you'll see how.
How many people can say they travel around the world taking pictures of great athletes and big magic moments?
He was there when the Red Sox broke the curse of the Babe, when David Tyree made his unforgettable catch en route to Big Blue's third Super Bowl win, and he witnessed Michael Jordan's last game as a Bull and first as a Wizard. But Dick Druckman is not some big shot with ESPN or the AP. He's a self-made sports photography guru.
That's what I try to do. Capture those iconic magic moments in sports from the stands.
That's right. 95% of the events Druckman attends are as a fan, shelling out hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars to get the seats he wants. But he says it's worth it since a whole slew of publications and websites can't help but use his images.
And I have to get good tickets to compete with Sports Illustrated and AP, etc.
And compete with them he does. This was the shot Sports Illustrated used of Derek Jeter's 3,000th hit. A little tough to see that blurred ball.
I'm usually in the front row, if I can get the seat, and a good vantage point.
And here's Druckman's shot. It really doesn't get much better.
That's probably my most popular picture that I've taken, certainly over the last 10 years.
But don't be fooled by the pinstripes. This Hartford, Connecticut native is a lifelong Sox fan who was especially proud to be in the old Yankee Stadium for Game 7 of the 2004 ALCS. But speaking of New York and New England,
one of my favorite images was the catch, the catch of the century that I took in Super Bowl 42. David Tyree catching the ball on top of his head.
Check out this piece of grass on Tyree's shoulder in SI's shot. Now see where it is in Druckman's. A split-second difference.
They then went on to score a touchdown and won the game.
But it's not just pro sports. Druckman covers a whole host of West Windsor Plainsboro North and South high school events, and he's been to a slew of Olympics. In fact, 4 years ago in Beijing, he witnessed an age-defying spectacle.
Dara Torres, who is the oldest female American swimmer, oldest female swimmer to win a medal. She was 42 at the time.
Old enough to be her teammate's mother, Torres plans to go back to the summer games this year in London, as does Druckman, and he says that the person who makes all of his adventures the most special is actually not an athlete at all.
One of my great inspirations is my wife. One of my favorite pictures, when we went down to Dallas this past Super Bowl, and that's a shot of Joan and me. Many times she comes with me and encourages me and is very supportive of me traveling around the world.
To see more of Druckman's work, visit goldmedalimpressions.com.
And finally, Team of the Day is brought to you by Prior NAMI Business Systems. Whether it's building servers, designing your website, or creating custom systems, we change the way small business does business. Prior NAMI. The Nottingham North Stars wrestling squad handed Lawrence a convincing 46-21 defeat on Tuesday. Nottingham's team improved to 11-2 via the victory. Well, that's all for sports. Stay tuned now for some tax tips on Mercer County Close-Up.